guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. I just want to say a very happy Christmas to everybody. I hope you have all woken up to a lovely morning wherever you are. Maybe it's bright and sunny, maybe it's kind of snowy and cold, but yeah, wherever you've woken up, I really hope that you have a fantastic Christmas day today. So I just want to kind of say a massive thank you to everybody who has supported both my shop and my channel throughout the course of, well, this year and all the years that I have been running. You know, I can't tell you how much I appreciate your wonderful support, and honestly, without you guys, I mean, obviously, of course, I couldn't do this. So yeah, I just want to say a massive, massive, massive thank you to everybody. You know, you've changed my life, and I know I've said it lots of times before, but you know, I'm not exaggerating when I say that. You literally have changed my life. So thank you so, so much. So yep, in the kind of tradition that I have done over the last couple of years, I've got a little gift to say thank you to you guys, you know, as a little Christmas gift from me to you. And it is in the form of these little pieces. Now, I'm calling this just Puzzle Pieces Play. And it is this printable here. Now, I have to say, mine's come out slightly blurry in one or two places and kind of like wonky. It's because I'm having a few problems with my printer at the moment, but a lot of the images are fine. So obviously I would just steer clear from any that have kind of gone off slanted. But yeah, I'm just, yeah, having a few problems. So the download itself can be found on my website. So not on my Etsy shop, but on my www.shabbydabbydoodah.co.uk. That is where you will find this freebie. And if you haven't been across to my website before, there are other freebies on there as well from previous years and, you know, previous things. So I think the section is called freebies and you will find the downloads there. But the freebie that I have got obviously for this year to say happy Christmas and thank you is this. So basically what you have got is all these numerous little pieces. Like I say, please excuse the pieces that have gone off wonky. It is my printer. But you've got this little printable to play with your puzzle pieces. And I just thought that would be a lovely project for us to do today on Christmas Day. Now, obviously, I did mention this in a mass making and said, you know, we're going to be doing some altered puzzle pieces. So, you know, hopefully a lot of people have got puzzle pieces that they don't mind using. However, I was mindful that not everybody would have maybe puzzle pieces. So what I've done is I've produced not every single image, but a lot of the images in a very slightly bigger format, if you can see that, so that we can do an alternative project for those people who don't have puzzle pieces or don't have access to a puzzle piece. So if you do have access to a puzzle piece, we're going to just continue with the puzzle pieces. If you don't, I'm not sure whether it may take the form of a second video, because by the time that we do this, it may be too long as one video. So I will put project number 2 as a separate video, I think. So yeah. Okay, let's focus on the puzzle pieces. So my puzzle pieces are from, it's a kid's puzzle, it's Power Rangers, you know, yeah, it doesn't matter what the theme is. It's a 100-piece puzzle and it's like for ages 4 and above. So to give you a kind of rough idea, the pieces are, if I just put it on my, you know, craft mat, they're just over like 2 inches by about an inch. So yeah, I mean, obviously they're going to vary depending on the piece itself, but you know, they're that kind of range in size. So they're not your tiny pieces, you know, like in the 1,000-piece puzzles and 5,000-piece puzzles and all of that. They're not those size. They are obviously minuscule and I would really struggle to use those. So they're the size up, but they're not like the giant pieces, you know, that you get for like a toddler's puzzle. They're not as small as those. So they're kind of like somewhere in between. So I'm just pulling out a few bits. Now, obviously this project will work, you know, particularly well on this shape piece, if you see what I mean. As opposed to, let's say, oh, let me find one. Yeah, I mean, as opposed to kind of a more conventional shape piece where you've obviously got just not much surface for sticking pieces on. You know, this piece obviously has got a substantial kind of surface there. Obviously you've got like your corner pieces and your edge pieces, which again, I mean, look at the size of this one. You've got a massive, great big surface there to be able to put pieces on. So you'll probably find that, you know, your puzzle is similar in that you've got a sort of variety of different, you know, yeah, range of kind of pieces that you can use. Now, again, obviously, when you turn the puzzle piece over, you've got a slightly sheeny surface here, which was obviously, you know, the puzzle piece itself, if you see what I mean. Now, I personally have in the past tried to peel this off. It normally comes off reasonably easily. So if you can kind of see that, this comes off reasonably easily. And the reason why I peel it off, and I find this regardless of which way round you're using your puzzle piece, if you see what I mean. But what you want to do is get like a key so that when you glue this onto something, you've got a rough surface rather than the sort of glossy surface of your puzzle piece. So obviously it will depend. Some puzzles maybe you're not going to be able to peel it off so easily, in which case you could gesso over it. You could maybe, you know, sand it down with a nail file or a sanding block or something like that. You know, depends kind of how you want to do it. Now, when you've peeled your back off, so here, I've got like this, which is obviously, you know, the surface where I've peeled it off, which is slightly more now furry, if that makes sense. Where it's got kind of slightly, yeah, furry kind of surface. And then I've obviously got the smooth surface, which was like the back of the puzzle piece. Now, I'm going to paint my puzzle pieces. I know that I have done these before where I have obviously covered them with paper. Personally, I find that very, very, very fiddly. So I'm thinking just paint these because that's going to be, you know, quicker and easier. So I'm going to use, oops, the smooth surface, not this surface that we just talked about peeling off, but the back of the puzzle pieces, because they are then going to give me a nice smooth surface for putting my paint on, but they're not going to be glossy in that, you know, the paint's not going to want to stick, if that makes sense. So I've got a variety of different paints here. Now, I have got some white, so I'm just going to put some paints down on my craft mat. And obviously, you know, depends how you want to do this, but I'm just going to kind of dab a few different paints down, and then I can kind of dip in and mix and match them as I'm going, if that makes sense. So I've just got a few different colours here. And then, of course, once we've dried them off, you know, who knows, we could use things like distress inks and things to colour them. Oh, gosh, look at the colour of that. That's really, really dark, isn't it? So, yeah, we can kind of just mix and match and, you know, form our own kind of colours. But these are just some acrylic paints that I've got, for using. And like I say, you can obviously use decorative papers and things, which is what I did, you know, in a previous video, but you're going to have a bit of a fiddly time cutting it around. Oh, this is dried up. My acrylic paint's quite old now. You're going to have a bit of a fiddly time cutting it around your puzzle piece. So I'm just being really lazy, thinking, you know, use the paint instead of the decorative papers. Sorry, I'm just having to pick that top bit off the paint to actually be able to get that out. Okay, I'm going to be covered in paint before we know it, so, okay. Oops, that's still too dry to want to come out. Oh dear. I think that's, oh, there we go. Okay, because that's a nice pale colour. So, just going to go over my puzzle pieces with the paint. Now, I'm really not going to kind of worry too much. I'm just going to give them a very quick coating. And I might go over them all with some white and then do a second coat with some colour. And again, you know, I mean, I don't mind getting messy, so I'm just using my fingers. Obviously, if you prefer to use a brush, that would be fine too. You know, I just get on better using my fingers, to be honest. And let's face it, it's way, way quicker. So there we go. We just then cover our puzzle pieces with the white. Okie dokie. Okay. And, you know, I'm hoping that this is going to dry nice and quickly so that once I've done all of these bits, or all of these pieces, I can then go back on with some colour, probably dipping into the white as well so that I tone the colour down because my colours are pretty bright otherwise. And then we're going to obviously, you know, be able to kind of, yeah, give them a second coat. But I'm just praying that it's going to be dry. Otherwise, I shall stop the film and dry them with my heat tool, just because I don't want to kind of bore everyone silly while I'm just drying them off. So we'll see how they go. I'm going to need some more white now. Oh, takes more than you think, doesn't it? Okay. I'm sorry if you can hear noise. Obviously, it's the school holidays while I'm filming this. So, yeah, my daughter's there. Oh, dear. That was a lot of white there, wasn't it? Okay. Well, I won't be running out anytime soon with the white now, that's for sure. Okay. Nearly done. So, yeah, obviously I realise this is probably quite boring. So perhaps I will turn this off in a second. I'll just do one or two with a colour, you know, just to kind of show you how we're going to kind of merge the paints a little bit. I mean, I'm not trying to kind of be patronising and teach people to suck eggs or anything like that, but whoops. I just know that, you know, when I watch a video, I like to watch all the stages, you know, and quite often they end up switching off on the one bit that I would like to have seen how they did it. So, you know, I'm not suggesting this is something complicated or anything like that, but, you know, sometimes you just want to see what someone's done, don't you? So, okay. And obviously, again, depending on the colour of the background of your puzzle piece, you know, will depend how many coats you need to put over, because obviously, you know, this blue, it's obviously quite a deep colour to be covering up. If you had, you know, I don't know, for instance, an ivory type colour on the back of your puzzle pieces, you know, you might not have to actually put many coats on, because that would cover up pretty quickly. I mean, to be honest, you know, you don't even have to paint them. I mean, if you're happy with a colour that's on the back of there, you know, you wouldn't even have to colour or paint them at all. You could just use them exactly as they were. I just personally didn't really overly like the blue. Not necessarily didn't like it, but it's not going to fit with the projects that I'm doing. So, you know, for me, it needed to have a little bit of, you know, colour on top. Right, I'm going to have a quick sip of my tea. Okay, so if I just take one of the earlier ones that we did. No, I can see that it's not dry. So let me just dry this quickly with my heat tool. Okay, so just doing this just with my heat tool here. Okay. Right, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in with some of my colour. So let's do a dab of white and a little bit of this green. When I say a little bit, obviously I meant loads, because look at it now. Oh dear. So just going over like that. Okay. So how pretty does that look? I mean, I'm a sucker for bright colours, to be honest. I mean, I really should buy paints in paler colours and then I wouldn't have this problem. But when I'm in the shop, I'm just obviously drawn to the brighter colours. So, yeah, I don't really have a great deal of pale paints. But how pretty does that look? And bearing in mind that, you know, when we come to use this, we may well kind of like distress ink these and then they'd look more aged and things like that. So we're just going to, yeah, see what colours that we get. So I'm just going to do one more on camera. And then obviously I'll do the rest, you know, quickly switch the camera off and do them. So as not to bore you all silly. Okay. Right. So let's take a bit of that brown, shall we? So again, just going to dip into the brown. Put that on there. Bit of the white. Okay. And obviously, you know, once this is all linked, just, you know, distress inked, it will take on a completely different colour anyway. So it's all fine. You know, and you might want to just colour all of yours just with white and then distress ink them. And then you wouldn't even need to be bothering about with all your different colour paints and things. So, you know, just use the method that suits you best. And then, you know, kind of see how you get on. So I'm going to stop the camera now. I'm going to get all my bits painted and then we'll come back. Right, okay, so I painted a whole bunch. So I painted more than what we had, you know, in the original video, if you see what I mean, because I thought, well, I might get a bit hooked on doing these, so I might want to continue doing some more after the video. So yeah, I've got a whole bunch now painted. Now, I have to say, I did dry them off with the heat tool, but obviously I haven't dried the backs, so, you know, they're still a little bit wet on the back. Now, what I'm thinking is, I've got some of my stamps. Now, these are the stamps that I sold in my physical kit. And I keep saying I am going to put some stamps in my shop in the new year, which I will probably put kind of mixed sets. Yeah, I will probably put mixed sets. But these are quite good for these, because this one here, if you can see, it's got a very, very, very small kind of typeface, type print. Fonty type stamp, which I think will look absolutely awesome on these puzzle pieces. And I also, I mean, I love a kind of damask-y kind of pattern, so I'm also thinking this over them. I mean, if you kind of look, that would almost pretty much cover the whole of a puzzle piece, if you see what I mean. So I'm hoping that I'm going to get some interesting looks. Now, to stamp my puzzle pieces, I'm going to use Stays On. And obviously I've talked about this tons of times. I really like Stays On, and I do realise it's not everybody's, you know, favourite ink. But personally, you know, I just really get on very well with Stays On, and, you know, find it kind of the best ink. But of course, you know, use whichever inks that you like best. Now, I've got this one here, which is a violet colour. I'm not quite sure whether this is even going to show up, but I'm going to give it a try. So I'm going to take this typefacey type stamp. Now, I'm just going to take a scrap of paper first and just see, because I haven't used this for a while, so I just want to see how dark this is going to look. Okay, well, it's darker than I thought, actually. Now, I can't actually even see whether this is up the right way or the wrong way. Oh, my gosh, my eyesight. What is going on with me? Oh, my daughter's in the room laughing. Oh, she'll be laughing when she gets old and her eyesight goes, won't she? Oh.
You said I'm getting along with that paint thing that you were talking about.
Right, I think, honestly, young people, they're just so opinionated, aren't they? Right, okay, so I'm going to just stamp over here like that. Okay, so hopefully you can see that. So I'm going to do that one. I'm going to do this one, I think. Yep. Like that. And let me do a different colour now, because I mean, to be honest, by the time I kind of distress ink around the edge, I'm not sure how much that's really going to show up. So let me try a midnight blue. Just stamp that off a bit. Right. Oh, that's better, isn't it? Yeah. Right, so I'm just going to stamp that on here. Oops. Like that. Okay. Oh, I do love that sort of fonty script type look, so okay. And then I might do the damask-y kind of stamp now, so we'll just see how that's going to look. So put that back now. Okay, right, now obviously I'm just stamping without a block. That's just how I stamp, I'm afraid. So yeah, I mean, obviously if you prefer to stamp with a block, then, you know, that's fine too. So I'm just going to take this now. I'm going to try and place it over there like that. Okay. Oh, that's perhaps a bit too mad. I don't know. We'll see. So let's do that now over this one, and I might do it more patchy like that. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous is that? You're doing yours patchy, are you? My daughter's working on her same piece of artwork that she was working on the other day in the mass making. She's, yeah, decorating it further. Okay, so, I mean, they look very pretty, don't they? Let's do one on the purple as well, shall we?
I'm just like you.
You are, darling.
I love getting messy.
What is she trying to say?
With paint.
What on earth? Are you trying to say that I like getting messy?
Glitter. I love glitter. It's my best friend.
Yes, well, we all know about the glitter, don't we? When I then came to use some and discovered it was gone. Right. I might just put this on a block now because I'm actually getting pretty messy here. So let me just grab one of my blocks now. I know I've talked about this loads of times. My blocks are all pretty messy. So yeah, I do apologise that they are not. Oh no, do you know what I've just done? I just re-stamped that. What a Wally. Okay, let's just go in like that. Oh, that looks quite pretty, doesn't it? So yeah, okay. Right, now I was obviously busy stamping this off to clean it, to be able to use it with the green ink. And then, like an idiot, I just re-stamped it into the blue ink. Right, let me put the lid on that so we do not have that happen again. Right, so this is emerald green. Now, I can't remember whether I've actually used this before. I bought this when I was doing my cars journal. Oh, my goodness, how gorgeous is that? So, yeah, let's stamp that one on here. Oh, my goodness, yummy, yummy. Right, okay. Yummy. So, I might just do those like that. So, let's have some that aren't stamped at all.
Pretty.
Aren't they pretty, darling? Do you like them?
My hair's still straight from yesterday.
So, and obviously, you know, if you haven't got stamps, I mean, you could always kind of like maybe draw with a Sharpie or something. But we're going to do some without stamping on at all anyway. So, you know, we're going to have some different looks. So if you don't have any stamps or any suitable stamps, that's fine. We're going to do some plain as well. So hopefully there's going to be something that, you know, is kind of accessible with everybody with the stuff that we've all got. So going to take my little pieces here. Now, I'm going to do the top, I think, because the bottom of this is where this is, you know, gone, what's the word? Jagged in my printer. Yeah. Okay, so I have got, let's take this little piece here. Yeah, I thought these were fun because, you know, I can recall doing my altered puzzle pieces previously, and what happened, I really just didn't have any small enough bits really to put on the puzzle pieces. So I thought this would be a little fun thing to have a little set, you know, of small enough pieces to be able to put on the puzzle pieces because, yeah, I mean, they're actually like, you know, the pieces that you need, the size, they're way smaller than you kind of expect, was what I found when I did the altered puzzle pieces myself. So hopefully this is going to give us a bunch of really teeny little bits to use. So right, now I'm going to just cut out a couple of these flowers. Okay. Cut out that bow. I mean, the only thing is, obviously, they are very, very, very tiny to cut, which, I mean, doing anything with really tiny pieces, not really my type of thing. I'm not a really tiny type of person. You know, if you watch my channel, you'll know that anything slightly small and delicate, I'm going to struggle with. So, yeah, this is kind of like outside of my comfort zone somewhat. But it's outside of my comfort zone, but, you know, still doable. So, yeah, it's not kind of like inaccessible. So, let's just take another one of them flowers. Yeah, so I hope that everyone had a wonderful Christmas. I hope you all, you know, ate too much and all the things that we're supposed to do at Christmas. Obviously, I'm filming this ahead, so, I mean, I wouldn't like to say whether I ate too much. But I think it's pretty likely that I did. Yeah, I know I've talked about this before, but honestly, I'm such a greedy piggy when it comes to Christmas. And yeah, yeah, we're terrible, aren't we? And I've got just the worst sweet tooth going. My daughter's more of a savoury person. But yes, a few Christmases on the trot, I've woken up like in the middle of the night on Christmas night, if you see what I mean. So the day, you know, the night of my pigging out, oh, I felt really dreadful and really ill from obviously overeating. And one night I was even sick. Yeah. I mean, bearing in mind, I don't drink. So it definitely was not overindulgence on alcohol. It was overindulgence on food. I mean, what on earth is wrong with me? Yeah. I'm sure that I have shared that story before, but I mean, honestly, how many grown adults actually eat to the extent where they actually are sick? I mean, it's just gross, isn't it? Yeah. Not really very good, but I'm hoping that did not happen this year. So yeah, hopefully I've had a lovely pig out time, but you know, not overindulged where I've then made myself feel really, really ill. Okay, right. Okey-dokey, so that's that little boot. And then should we do one or two of the butterflies? Okey-doke.
Go clean my brush.
Did you? Yeah, I'm glad that you did, because I've noticed that you're not really cleaning.
Drawing something different. Not drawing. Yeah, kind of drawing. I'm drawing a person.
Are you?
Make a person out of paint.
Well, that's tricky, isn't it?
I'm very creative.
Hmm.
There's like this creamy colour, so I thought of cream and I thought human.
Well, good idea. So I wonder what Father Christmas will have bought for you, sweetie. I hope he's bought you all the things that you wanted.
I think he's getting me. I asked for lots and lots of cotton candy.
Lots of cotton candy. So for anyone who doesn't know what that is, it's candy floss for the old school people like myself. Yep, candy floss.
Every single year I get cotton candy and a gumball machine. Every single year.
Do you? That's weird, isn't it?
It's essential.
Is it?
And I always have a gumball machine in everywhere.
Mm.
Remember when I moved bedrooms, I still have a gumball machine.
Weird. Weird.
From last Christmas.
Yeah, you do love that cotton candy, don't you?
I love the cotton. I asked for lots and lots of cotton candy this time.
Did you?
Yeah. I asked for like 4 times cotton candy.
Hmm. They're in small tubs, aren't they?
Yeah. I think he knows. I think he's probably going to get me that. Like, that's the most thing I think he's going to get.
Hmm.
Because he gives that to me every single year.
Does he?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's fun.
So that was on your list, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That and some revolting slime stuff.
Slime and putty.
Yuck. Slime and putty. I mean, oh gosh.
I love
revolting.
slime and putty. I asked for like lots and lots of putty.
Yes, weird. Right, so we've got those. Now I'm just going to cut out 1 or 2 things from here, just so we've got some different kind of looks as well. So let's get that frame. Okay. Loving these deep kind of tealy shades of greeny teal type colour. Okay. Okay. And then should we do one of these as well? Well, we might have to do one of those ladies as well. Honestly, I keep spotting other things and thinking, oh, we'll just do that. Oh, we'll just do that. Oh, we'll just do that one. Right, okay, so, yeah, those, and let's just get rid of that bit there, and we'll just do this one as well. Oh, no, I think we did do one of those. Right, okay, we put those to one side for a moment. Okie dokie, let's get rid of our bits of rubbish. So we have got these little bits here. So they're very, very tiny, like I say, because obviously, you know, last time that I did the puzzle pieces, it definitely was a problem finding bits tiny enough to go on the puzzle pieces. So hopefully this time we're going to have, you know, some good teeny pieces. So there we go. Oh, how pretty does that look? So I'm just going to distress ink this, which will hopefully kind of like tone it down a little bit. Now, where's my blendy tool? There.
Looks like I'm making a potato.
Whoops.
Now.
Sorry about this.
I'm making a potato instead.
There you.
Look at it.
Weird. Weird, weird. Right, so just ink around that flower. It's just to disguise my shoddy cutting, really. And then I'm just going to ink this up a little bit. So this is that puzzle piece that we've obviously done with the damasky kind of pattern there. Okay. So I'm just going to put that down there like that, and with the flower. Oh my goodness, I mean, how pretty does that look? So I'm going to do that. Now I'm also going to just edge around it in, I was going to say gold. Yeah, I'm going to do it in gold, I think. So just grab my gold paint stick. Now I haven't used this paint stick for a really long time because it's running out and I don't want it to run out. So
You gave me the yellow one.
I did. So I just stopped using it because I thought, oh no, it's running out.
Everybody was amazed at school because I ran into school with my pencil case and I was like, where is that? I was like, it's a paint stick. I was like, I've never heard of that before.
They're good, aren't they, the paint sticks?
Yeah, they're just like paint sticks.
Just going to wet that a little bit
They're
on the
like
wipe.
glue sticks. They're glue sticks, but they're paint.
Exactly.
I like them.
They're good, aren't they?
Oh, you're edging.
So we just go around the edges like that, okay?
Okay, I made it look more like a head because I put some more cream on it because it looked a bit black
Like that.
on bits.
So, okay. And then just going to put the little frame and the flower on here. So I'm just going to use my hot glue, just, you know, and I know I say it all the time, but, you know, it's just for speed, really. Oh, no, I'm not. Sweetheart, could you just plug my hot glue in for me, please?
Sure.
Just switch the plug over there, please, darling. Can you see it?
This
Yeah, thank you, darling. Honestly, I mean, fancy not having switched my hot glue on. You know, they're my favourite thing to use, the hot glue. So I will get on with a couple of other bits whilst I'm waiting for that to heat up. So let's go for this one. Again, just go around the edge. And where are we going to put this one? Going to on there or here or here. Let's have a look. Oh, on there, I think. Okay.
This eye's not going well.
Isn't it?
Oh, made the whole face grey.
Oh dear.
Oh, it's actually turning a bit. No.
Just got a little butterfly here. Oh my goodness, these bits are tiny, I have to say. But yeah, very, very pretty and cute. So let's just see which way around we want this. I think we'll have to have it that side because if we have it on that side, obviously it's just covering up and you can't really identify that it was a puzzle piece then, if you see what I mean. So we're just going to put it on like that.
What have I done?
Now, I'm just wondering whether we want to have that butterfly flat or whether we want it flapping wings.
I don't have to make it grey.
Just going to put the glue on.
Cream and black.
Good. Good, good. Right, so I'm going to put that one down like that. And then, yeah, I'm going to try and put this down flat. So, oh my goodness, this is tricky. Like that. Okay. Oh, how gorgeous does that look? So in that case, I'm going to do this as well whilst I've got the wet glue here. So now obviously this one's more of a kind of conventional shaped puzzle piece, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, now I just thought I'm going to put the flower, yeah, there I think so. Okey-dokey. Oops. Okay. So like that. Like that, I think. And then, oops. So for these, I've got these teeny pearls. Well, I say I've got these teeny pearls, now I can't see them. I did have some very, very teeny pearls up here. Oh no, what have I done with those?
Oh.
The very, very, very tiny ones. Oh, I can't now see them, would you believe? Okay.
This is a beautiful green I just made with that red.
What have you just stood on, darling? Be careful, please, darling.
Oh, I just stood on the trash.
Just be a bit careful, okay? Honestly, I mean, my room is a bit of a hazard, it's got to be said. It's, yeah, I mean, it's a very full-on working craft room. So, yep, it's a bit of a hazard, but you just got to watch where you're stepping and things, darling. Right, I'm just still having a look to see if I can find those tiny pearls. No, I can't. That's really annoying. Honestly, they've been up there for ages and I can't believe they're now not there. Oh. Right, I'm just checking whether they've dropped kind of into my little tray here to the side of my desk. No, I can't see them. I think this is probably going to be too big, this bling. Try a little line of it, but like I say, I think it's probably a little bit monstrous for here really, but probably is really a bit too big. It's not so bad on that one. Okay, right, I've actually got some smaller bling, strangely enough, here. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? That one's actually a smaller size. So actually I could probably get away with that there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to glossy accent these. So I'm just going to grab my glossy accents. And then I'm just going to get some book page just to kind of put them on. So that as I do them, I can just put them onto the book page so as they're out the way. I love using glossy accents, but it does get a little bit clogged up, doesn't it? Let me just unclog it. Okay. Okie dokie. Now, I'm a bit rubbish with glossy accents in that I just use my finger. So I've put it on everywhere and then I'm just going to kind of like dab it and sort of spread it around with my finger. Like that. Oops.
Let's go wash it again.
Did you? Like that.
So I'm making a donut.
Mm.
It's gonna be cool.
Okay.
When I looked at the head a bit, I put some paint in the middle and it was black paint, and then it looks like a heart when I looked today, and it looked like a donut, and I thought I'm gonna make a donut.
Weird. Right, so that is my puzzle piece, and then now I'm going to have to do this military operation here with my bling. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get my little pokey tool. Oh, I hope that you can see what I'm doing here. It is very, very tiny bits that I'm working with, but just kind of push it in with my pokey tool. And obviously the glossy accents is a sort of glue, isn't it? So that will hopefully just glue that bling into place. So I'm just going to leave that there, oops, to dry. Just make sure it's running off that edge as well, otherwise I've got bare bits where they're not covered with the glossy accents. There we go. So I'm going to put that to one side. Okay, so I'm just going to cover, oh my goodness, I'm in danger of that just toppling off my desk. Right, so we're going to put this one on now. I'll just see whether I've got some more of that tiny glossy, is this the tiny bling? It is. Yeah, I think I was gifted this bling actually in a Happy Mail, and yeah, it's just weird, isn't it? Because it happens to be tiny. And who knew that they did this in different sizes? But evidently they do. So it's handy to know, isn't it? Definitely handy to know. So again, just go around this with my finger, just dabbing and sort of spreading, or dabbing, and with the dabbing mechanism, it's spreading the glossy accents out around the puzzle piece. And obviously, you know, glossy accents is what they call self-leveling. So you can kind of like spread it like that, and then hopefully in the drying stage, it will level itself out. So then going to just take that little bit of bling, just pop that down there. Oops. And again, just maneuver that and slightly press that down with that pokey tool like that. How gorgeous does that piece look? So I'm just going to again leave that up on the side to dry. So let's do another one. So let's do this pretty one here with this. Oh, actually, let's do the boot, because I don't want them all to look the same. Okay. Right. Oh my goodness, how lovely does that one look? And then just going to ink up that little bow. Oops. I'm not sure now where to put the bow, as we have the bow on the top of the boot. I mean, it's a bit gigantic to, you know, to put on the top of the boot, to be honest. Yeah, it's beautiful, darling. So yeah, that's the ring that your brother bought for Mummy years ago. He got it from a school fair, and isn't it cute? Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to have that bow, I think, because the bow's actually pretty big compared to that boot. So let's just try it with maybe a flower there, or to be honest, I mean, maybe just the boot. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, do you see why these are so fiddly, aren't they? You know, they're definitely for me, they're a very, very fiddly thing to be playing around with, but they are fun, aren't they? And they are pretty cute. So let's put that one there. Right, I'll get my wipe, press that down. Okay. Yeah, do we want to... Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have put that behind it. And just cut another one of those out. So, hold on. Okay, so I've got these couple of light neutral ones, so... like that. Yeah, definitely. When I did these last time, you see, I dragged out a bunch of things that I thought that I would potentially use. And then everything that I pulled in was way too big to use. So, you know, you actually need much smaller than you expect to put on these puzzle pieces. So, you know, don't, oh my goodness, now look what I've done. Oh, bodgy grafting going on here. Oh dear. Right, let's pop this down. As you can see, I've peeled off half the layer of paint. So let's put that one down, down there. And then let's put that boot back.
As soon as you said that, I thought about my video that I'm making.
Why, is that going to be bodgy crafting? Hopefully not.
No, yeah, but it's really pretty,
Oh, she's so confident, isn't she? Okay, so that one looks really good, doesn't it? I think that's my favourite one. Okay, so, and on this one, I might just edge this with some of this bronzy colour. So, okay. Now this, I did talk about in some other videos, but it's because I can't seem to get hold of the patina anymore. So I've bought this in place of that lovely patina. So, you know, the Tim Holtz patinas. You know, in the aged copper and bronze, I think now. Can't get those anymore. So, yeah, I'm just going with this instead. Again, this is not going great. trying to edge around here because my finger is kind of way bigger than the... Oh my goodness, now look what I've done. Dabbed bronze all over that boot. Clean that off. So I'm just using a wet wipe just to clean that off, but yeah, hopefully you can see that. So I best allow that to dry before I actually try and glossy accent that. Because if I try and glossy accent that now, I'm just going to drag that bronze all over it. So let's do a green one and put bronze on the green. So what have I done with my blendy tool? Oh, here we go. They're very fun, aren't they, these? So again, just, oh my goodness, go around those edges a little bit. I mean, there's probably a better method for putting this on because, like I say, actually in hindsight, my fingers are kind of like too big to be able to get this, you know, neatly around the edge. So maybe I'd be better off with a brush or, you know, I don't know, maybe even my pokey tool. Oh, gosh. Definitely the thing not to be using really is my fingers. So, yeah, it's not going great.
You gave me an idea when you said fingers.
Did I? Okay, so I'm just going to kind of leave that like that. So I'm just going to leave a couple to dry, and then, you know, we can then decorate those up in a minute. So, but I'll just get some bronze colour around the edge of a couple of these because it does look pretty, even if I'm not making a very good job putting it around. You know, it does definitely add a little something to them. So, okay.
I'm going to do a hand painting.
Oh, good idea.
I'm going to definitely scrub my hand off.
Best had. So I'll just leave that one now to dry. Might need a little bit more of the bronzy colour. Yeah, this is from Deco Art. It's called Extreme Sheen, and it's just a kind of bronzy colour paint. I mean, personally, I find it quite good. I don't find it as good as that patina, which I absolutely loved. I haven't tried rusting with it, but yeah, I might try that in the new year. Hopefully it would be, you know, working as well. I don't see why it wouldn't, but, you know, you never can tell. So, like that. Right, let's just bronze up around the edge of a couple of these. So this one's nice and easy because it's obviously got lots of straight edges. Okay. Like that. And this one. Okie dokie.
Excited to see how this finger painting looks like.
Who doesn't love a bit of finger painting, huh?
Look at my whole hand.
Yeah, she's not finger painting, she's hand painting. Her whole hand is now in the paint. Right, let's just ink this one. And let's do a purple one with the bronze colour as well. Okay. Oh my goodness, did you see that? Not going well. Yeah, I have got the other patinas in other colours, you know, that I bought ages ago. So I could have tried some of those. They're not really metallic. They're kind of flat colours, which I have used them on one or two projects and really loved them, but I'm not feeling it for this. So I'm not going to do it for this. But yeah, I mean, definitely you could use things like that. I mean, you could just use normal paint. You could use, you know, anything. I mean, you could just draw around the edge of these with a Sharpie, or if you've got like a metallic pen. I mean, you don't even have to have metallic around the edge. I'm just kind of doing a couple of extra, you know, decorative details. But yeah, I mean, obviously they don't have to have any kind of edge details going on. I just thought that would look pretty. Right, let's get rid of that. Okie dokie. Right, let's see what other shapes and things that I've got. I have got some little crowns. They're really nice too. Oh, and I've got the hot air balloons. So yeah, let's take the hot air balloon. Now I'm obviously waiting for that, you know, the bronzy ones to dry at the moment. So I'm not going to be able to use those. But let's try this one. Now, do I want this on here? Oh, it's not really going to show up on there. So yeah, perhaps we'll have it on this. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous does that look? So again, just ink this up. Oh my goodness, come on. And just ink my hot air balloon up a bit. Oh, how cute does that look? I mean, I really hope that you can kind of see how cute that looks. So yeah, let's just pop that one down. Like that. Okie dokie. Okay. Put that one down there. Oops. Oh, I'm getting very messy with this, which is not great. So just go around the edge. Make that up with the... Oh, how gorgeous does that one look?
I heard you say messy.
Love how that looks. Yes. Very, very messy. Not good.
Mine didn't go out that good.
No.
It wasn't that. I needed more paint on my hand.
Oh, did you?
It's just a big black white thing.
Yeah, that doesn't look great, does it? We could even have a little bow on there. I mean, the bow does look really cute, but I'm not sure whether we lose the identity of the hot air balloon, if you see what I mean. So I might do another one with the bow. So we'll do that one. And again, just going to put a little line of that mini bling on there. So, yeah, let's just cut a little row of 3. You know, and you don't have to glossy accent these, obviously. But I do think it's, you know, a nice finishing touch, to be honest. I like to be quite generous with the glossy accents so that it's quite, you know, puffed up kind of thing. I mean, you can probably see I've dripped it off now in places, but I'll just wipe that up in a minute. So, yeah, let's just clear that. Okay. And just pop that bling. And where do we want it? I think on this side. Okay, so again, just line that down and then just move that around with the, what's that, pokey tool? Okay. How gorgeous does that look? Just put that to dry. Oh, I hope I don't knock these off. That's just not going to be good if I do. Right. Okay, yeah, I would like to have a bow on one of these, I think, because the bows are really pretty, aren't they? So, right, let's just see. Okay, let's take this one here. This is where this was moving around a bit in the printer. So this one I think is okay, but a few of them are not so good. So just going to cut this one out. Okie dokie. Oh my goodness, they really are teeny weeny. But like I say, yeah, the biggest challenge I found with the previous ones that I did was actually with them not being anywhere near small enough. So, I mean, hopefully, you know, these are going to be a really good size. And you've obviously got the other set, which are slightly bigger. So if you did want bigger images, you know, if you've got bigger puzzle pieces or anything, then obviously you could use the bigger pieces. So let's take this one, shall we? Okay, let's just ink around the edge of here. Okie dokie. And then that one there. Now, let's see how that bow... Oh my goodness! How gorgeous does that look? So for this one, I'm thinking maybe go with the gold. So let me just pull that gold paint stick in again. Oh, hang on. Oh. I could have used my Inca gold for this. It's not, you know, it's not beside me. So yeah, I'm just being lazy because this was behind my desk. But yeah, the Inca gold would have worked really well for this, to be honest. I was thinking I'd put this on the desk and kind of dip my finger in, but actually it's working better to dab direct from the paint stick, I think. So, oh, come on. Okay. So just, you know, getting a little bit of gold on there. And then let's just wipe the excess off there. Okay. Oh, I hope I haven't ruined this by putting the gold on. No, yeah, that looks good, doesn't it? So yeah, let's just pop the gold, pop the piece on there. So like that. Okay, that one. And then her bow, or the bow. Now where do I want the bow? I had to put it to the side. Yeah, I think to the side looks best. So like that. Okay, oops. You okay, sweetie pie? Yeah? Yeah. Okay, let's just pop the bow down. Oh. Like that. So again, just going to glossy accent around that. And the other thing that I did use in the previous ones that I made of these was I just used some little tiny words. And when I mean tiny words, I mean really tiny words from a book page. So let me just pull in a bit of book page here. Now, whether or not it's going to have any suitable words, I don't know. Oh my goodness, let me see. Okay. Can't see any suitable words there. You know, like a pretty word, like, you know, love or beauty, things like that. So let's just see whether I've got a suitable word here. These are quite big actually, but these ones here on this cover, I mean, here I've got a very small section. I mean, it's actually so small I can barely read it, but oh, if only I could see a word that's going to be suitable. I mean, we could just have flower. I mean, that's a slightly strange word to have on there, I feel, but we could have observer. Weird. Should we try it? Do you think that's weird? Oh, it probably is a bit weird, but anyway, let's go for observer, shall we? So let me tear that down. Right, let's just see. Press that down. Oh gosh, where did I see observer here? Right, so it actually says observers, but I'm just going to cut the S off of there. So we're going to take that and become observer. Oh my goodness, come on. There we go. Observer. Oh, how cute does that word look? So I'm just going to pop that down. What do you think? Isn't that so tiny? I know, no wonder I'm struggling to hold it and cut it and even read it.
So cute.
It's a really tiny word, isn't it? Yeah, very, very tiny. So yeah, hopefully you can see that. And again, just going to glossy accent over this. Okay, And I'm not going to put any bling on this one. I'm just going to go with the glossy accents. And obviously that word. Oops. Oh my goodness, come on. Like that, okay. Okie dokie. So I would just leave that now to dry, but how gorgeous is that one? I think that might be my favourite one, I have to say. Right, let's just clean up here. Right, let's do one more and then probably, you know, we'll call it quits there, because I'm sure you don't need to see me endlessly just doing the same old thing. But, you know, I mean, basically I was just trying to obviously give you some ideas and, you know, just hoping that you're going to have a lot of fun, obviously, with the pieces from the little kit. And, you know, like I say, if you've not been over, it's on my website, www.shabbydabbydoodah.co.uk. Obviously feel free to, you know, download anything else. If there's other things on there that you've not seen or not got previously, then, you know, do grab those as well. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous does that look? Do feel free to grab those as well. And yeah, I mean, just have fun and experiment around with your puzzle pieces. And I did have a video previously giving some suggestions in how to use your puzzle pieces. So I will try and remember to link that below. I have to say it's probably unlikely I'm going to remember that because my memory just seems to be appalling lately. But yeah, if I don't link it, please do mention it. And I will try my best to link it, you know, retrospectively. Failing that, if you Google, not Google, you know, put in the search for YouTube, you know, Shabbydabbydoodah alter puzzle or just puzzle pieces, I'm sure it would then, you know, come up. You'd be able to find it. So, right, just going to have to get some different book page because that one I just seem to have picked a book page with like no suitable words whatsoever. So we've got no lovely words there whatsoever. Right. Oh gosh, look at the size of that font. That's going to be huge on that book page. So that's not going to be suitable either. Honestly, I mean, again, we're at that situation where we have all these different things and never quite the right thing. So, you know, in amongst all those book pages, I've not got anything quite right. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look on this one. Hopefully there's going to be a word. Oops. Now I've flipped the piece of puzzle around. So, yeah. Okay, right. Let's see. Beautiful. There we go. I mean, if you've got any books at all, you know, you can probably find a word, you know, reasonably easily that's going to fit your project. I mean, as you can see, that took like 2 seconds and there was a word straight away, beautiful, that we could use on there. So we're just going to pop that one on there. Oops. Like that. Okay. Oh, I wish I could find those tiny pearls. Because they would be so good on this. Right, I'm going to do that and then I'm going to just glossy accent this. And then I'm just going to have a look and see if I can find my other tiny pearls. The ones I'm talking about, they're on a little, you know, adhesive thing, backed thing. But I have got some others, so they're in a pot behind my desk. So I'm going to pull those in a second because this one is crying out for a pearl trim in the corner, I think. So yeah, I'd really like to include that really. So okie dokie. Like that. Okay. So I'm just going to pop that one down there. Let me just pull in my pearly pot. Pearly pot? Yeah, my pot of pearls for a moment. And hopefully Nope, that's violets. Okay, that's not either. Oh, here we go. Right. Oh gosh, this is where I now discover I haven't got any teeny ones in here either. Yeah, I have, but I think they're purple. Oh, they're purple, would you believe? Right, so not in there. Okay, I have got some other ones. Oh, not in there. I just wonder where my other ones have gone, to be honest. I mean, that's just so weird. They've been up there for ages. They're probably still up there. I just can't see them. Right, I've got one here. Oh my gosh. Right, one there. I've dropped it out now. Okay, one. And... oh, come on. I must have more than one. There we go, two. I'd like three if possible. So, yeah. So let's see if there's another one in here that's dropped out. Nope, not so far. Oh, come on. Do you believe this? Ah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Right, let's put those back in there. Right, got a couple here. So, yeah, there we go. We've got three there now. Should really keep this handy because I've got this horrible feeling I'm going to, you know, drop one and not be able to then see it. But let's give it a go. So they're all now upside down. So let's just turn them up. So hopefully I can just, you know, pop them on. So, right, one. Okay, and then two. Oh, come on. No, not coming unstuck. It's just staying stuck on my finger. No, come off, come off.
What's that?
Oh, I don't believe this. Right, I'm going to do these with my pokey tool now. Oh gosh, this to me, this feels like brain surgery, and I'm so sorry. I'm hoping none of you are brain surgeons because you would feel really insulted that I'm comparing this to brain surgery, but oh my goodness, it's pretty precise that I'm having to do this. So yeah. Oh my goodness. Might have to just do two because I'm struggling to pick up the third one. Oh, there we go.
Just laughing.
Right. You're making me feel even worse, Mrs. There we go. Right.
It looks
so
really good.
We have got that little row of 3 pearls down there. I mean, honestly, I hope they were worth all that effort. But right, I'm going to just bring in the puzzle pieces that we've done. Like I say, they are obviously drying with the glossy accents, but how gorgeous do they look? So super, super pretty, aren't they? And yeah, I mean, like I say, you can make all different looks and, you know, you could ink them, you could paint them, you know, you can do them obviously with your decorative papers. Of course, you know, I just found that very, very, very fiddly last time. And so I thought, well, this time I'm just going to paint them. And actually, to be honest, I think they look, you know, equally as pretty being painted as with the decorative papers. Now, like I said at the beginning, when I come to use these, if these are being glued down, what I will do is just peel the backs off of them so that they have a kind of key with which to actually, you know, adhere them to something else. So yeah, I really hope that you like them. Obviously, like I say, they are going to be on my shabbydabbydoodah.co.uk website for download, and there is obviously the slightly bigger set which we can do something else with. So I will do another video for, you know, for something else for those. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your Christmas day. And oh my goodness, oh, I've now ruined this. I've tabbed it. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so clumsy. Right, hopefully you are not going to be doing what I have just done. But yeah, hopefully that's going to look fine. Yeah, so I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your Christmas day. And yeah, happy Christmas, everybody. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much then. Bye.